Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing today? Yeah, I was listening to music or some shit. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Did anybody hear that Eminem going at Donald Trump? I'm curious about that. Usually I would love to try to wait for people to get in here, but the trains was running really slow today. So it is what it is. What's up? How you doing there? How's everybody doing? Hit that like button when y'all come in here and say hi so I know who it is. I give everybody a shout out. Everybody, you need to comment for me to give you a shout out. If you don't comment, I can't give you a shout out. Everybody hit that like button though. Yeah, did y'all hear that Eminem? That Eminem when he just went at Donald Trump? Like I just heard that today. How long that shit been out? I didn't even hear the whole thing yet. Like not for nothing, but Eminem went in. I got a new respect for that guy. What up, Big H? Yeah, it was crazy, right? Eminem went in on dude. Like me myself always consider Eminem to be one of the best lyricists. That goes without saying. I hate when people say he's only nice because he's white. Nah, he got skills. Like there's a difference. Like yeah, you know, Eminem got skills. Like that. I hate when people say that. Like just because a guy's white and he could jump, that don't make him an anomaly. Tons of white people could jump. Like you know, we just got so much shit in the lexicon of our imaginations. Like the things that we say, you know, shit is crazy. What's up, Jennifer? Yeah, Eminem, he's nice as hell, but he just spit some really hot bars like at President Trump, and it was hard. Just gotta respect that. Top 10 easy, yeah, I agree. And I'm a Nas Rakim guy myself, so you know when somebody say top 10, like that's not easy to break in for me because one of the things that you have to have is lyrical capability. You know, your lyricism got to be on. But more importantly, you know, it's just what he was saying. Like Eminem was saying, from what I heard, a lot of things that people of color have been saying. But you know, since we're of color, Nas Rakim, top 5, absolutely. But since we're colored people, when we say it, it's somehow racist. You know, I had a couple of people get upset at me because of I think that police should stop killing black and brown people. So their whole point is that that's not happening. Police are not killing black and brown people. Like seriously, that's what people are. And then I had a couple of people unfollow the channel because they think that in their minds I'm being racist because I want black and brown people to be able to walk the streets and not be, you know, accidents happen, and sometimes there are bad police officers and they're good police officers. There's tons of good police officers. I have relatives who are police, and I have relatives who currently are police. So when I tell you that there's good police officers, there's good police officers. Hell, I know police officers personally that get high as shit. I know police officers, and I've known police officers that rob drug dealers. Seriously, not even joking. Like I've known police officers that rob drug dealers. And when I say know them, I don't mean I know the drug dealers that they're robbing. I mean, I've been to these police officers' houses. It is what it is. There's good and there's bad. I know tons of police officers that are straight out the movies. I know, you know, it's people. It's just like with regular everyday people. You have good people, you got bad people. If you bunch everybody into one little pile, it's not fair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You can't mess with them. So I just want that to be known that I'm not bashing police officers or anybody that public service because, you know, I know a lot of people that don't got the heart to be a police officer, to have a job that's as difficult as that, where you constantly being scrutinized. You constantly having people, you know, every little thing that you do is being put under a microscope. And I'm telling you right now, I know police officers, and sometimes they feel like they're being, you know, they're being treated unfairly. And sometimes they are being treated unfairly due to the bad officers. But there's more good officers than bad officers. I just need to say that. There's way more good police officers than bad police officers. But back to the point about the Eminem thing. Yeah, so Eminem went in, and Eminem brought up a really good point that I was constantly trying to tell people. Nobody wants taxes to be raised, but how do we pay for the police without taxes? How do we fix the roads without taxes? How do we pay the teachers without taxes? Like, how do we do these things? Yeah, being a police officer is very difficult, but Jennifer. But how do we do these things? Without tax money, we can't even pay sanitation, can we? Like, yeah, I mean, there's private sanitation. Don't get me wrong, but you know, there's lots of sanitation isn't private sanitation. Like, how do we? Taxes are important. You understand? The problem with taxes isn't that taxes exist. The problem with taxes is the people with the most money isn't paying their fair share. That's the problem with taxes. Taxes is important. We can't pay the firemen. We can't pay EMS workers. We can't pay the police. We can't freaking fund the government armies. We can't, without taxes, we can't do shit. So all of this, we're gonna cut taxes BS. That's just shit that Republicans say in order to get people that don't have that much money to vote for them, and to get people that have a lot of money to vote for them, because the only people that's benefiting from any of these tax cuts that happen is the top 1%. Those are the only, if you're not making over 500,000 a year, these tax cuts isn't doing as much for you as they think. Because while these tax cuts is saving the average citizen maybe $1,000 a year, $2,000 a year at the most. That is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. These same tax cuts is saving millionaires $10.5 million a year. Another guy that might be worth like $3 million, it's probably saving him like $750,000. You understand what I'm saying? So when these tax cuts happen, yes, I understand. Nobody want to pay taxes. But when these tax cuts happen, they're not really benefiting the regular average everyday citizen as much as the regular average everyday citizen thinks that they're being benefited. It's benefiting the top 1%, the top 10%. That's what all these tax cuts is benefiting. How are we going to pay the police with no taxes? How are we going to pay teachers with no taxes? How are we going to fix the roads with no taxes? Just how? Please explain this to me. We don't pay taxes. How are we going to do any of these things? None of these things are possible. So that's all just trickery. You understand what I'm saying? The people, yes, they are absolutely mishandling. Look, put it like this. Trump, every time Trump goes, okay, first of all, they just spent something like $200,000 just for freaking Vice President Pence to go to a freaking football game and leave after the guy's nailed. They had spent $200,000 on that bullshit. The straight up bullshit. They just spent $200,000 taxpayers' dollars on a freaking of the vice president going to some football game and then walking out like he was so upset, like he didn't already know these dudes was gonna kneel. He already knew they was gonna kneel. So they just wasted $200,000 for no reason, for a publicity stunt. But instead of anybody paying attention to that, they're going to get mad at those. I'm pumping my fist over here. Like, you know, the old guy that's saying, like, get off my lawn. Like, they're going to be mad at those football players. You got to be angry at those athletes. Not the president, vice president that just spent $200,000 to go somewhere that he know he wasn't going to stay in the first place. We ain't gonna be mad at him for wasting all that tax money, but we're gonna be so mad at those athletes that kneeled. This is just backwards thinking. It doesn't make any sense to me. Dutch tilt, everybody. That's a Dutch tilt. This is just backwards thinking. It doesn't make any sense to me. People are puppets. Stop being a puppet. Stop thinking when people of color want equal rights or equal protection under the law, because that's actually what we're fighting for. We're fighting for equal protection under the law. Don't stop thinking when people of color want equal protection under the law, that means that they dislike Caucasian people. No, I don't dislike Caucasian people. Hell, I care. I have so many, first of all, I have Caucasian people all over my family. I can't dislike Caucasian people. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? My daughter, I have a daughter. Her mother's Caucasian. Hamad's Irish. I can't dislike Caucasian people. I have no dislike for Caucasian people. None at all. But at the same time, I do think that people of color we just want equal protection under the law. A police officer kills one of us, we want him held liable. We want him held responsible for his act. That's it. It's not about people hating white people. I'm pretty sure there's tons of colored people that hate white people. I'm not one of them. I don't really care one way or the other. I dislike a white person just as much as I could dislike a person of color. Everybody could be a douchebag. That's just facts. But unless we're going to get equal protection under the law, then there's always going to be issues. There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be that top 1% trying to hold on to their ground that don't want to give anything up. There's always going to be those idiots that they just dislike people that are different. There's people are always going to be out there. They're not going to stop existing. There's always going to be people. What's up, Sam, man? There's always going to be people that don't like people that's different. There's always going to be. That's not going to change. There's always going to be people that feel like that because somebody else is oppressing them, they're going to oppress the people that they can oppress. It's the bully mentality. It's the kid that gets bullied at home by his father or his mother or his big brother or whatever the heck. Then he goes to school and he bullies little kids. It's the same mentality. And you can't fight against it. You know, I hear all these people talking about people of color need to get violent and all this other crap. Nah, don't get violent. Don't allow violence to happen to you, but don't get violent, because it's not about stooping down to their level. It's about we have to change, or we have to try to cause change to the infrastructure of the way that we socialize with one another. That's not going to happen if we're trying to be violent with one another. That's not going to happen if we're trying to harm or hurt one another. We have to make a decision. Well, we have to make one of two decisions. The first decision is we don't separate ourselves from everyone. But if you know that there's a store that don't want your kind in there, don't go to that store. If you go in the store and every time you go in that store, they walking around following you, stop going to the store. It's not whatever race of people own the store, it's not that race. It's that store. Stop going to that store. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. And it's in like, let's say they're doing that at like a Macy's or something. That don't mean stop going to every Macy's. That says don't go to that Macy's. We need to be a little bit more cognizant of our power that we have. Maybe there's a racist store somewhere around that don't treat colored people appropriately. Maybe we all come together and decide not to go to that particular establishment. Not every single which one of, let's say it's a McDonald's or some shit. Not every McDonald's, but that particular McDonald's, let's suffocate them. Let's prevent them from making any money. You know what? We'll go to the other McDonald's, because this isn't a McDonald's issue. For those that don't know, McDonald's is an establishment where every McDonald's isn't linked to the big overall people. Like a regular individual can own a McDonald's and they can run the McDonald's however they feel. That's why they'll be like at participating McDonald's, because some owners don't wanna have whatever the deal is for whatever the reason is. So that's why they say I participate in McDonald's. So stop going to that McDonald's. If there's an issue with the freaking Chinese food restaurant in the neighborhood, stop going. But what do people do? They want to argue and complain, but do nothing. Take action. Be proactive. If something happens, be proactive. Get the other people in your community. Why don't we have more community, especially in lower income communities? Why don't we have more community gatherings, community meetings, where we decide where we're going to spend our money at and who we're going to spend our money? You got to understand, money is power. People need to stop acting like it isn't. Colored people, black people in particular, spend more money per capita on bullshit than anyone else in America. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what happened, Jennifer. While we fighting amongst ourselves, they pushing the TV out the window. Basically, that's exactly what's happening. Jennifer, I love you, Jennifer. That's exactly what's happening. We're not paying attention to the actual problem. We're too busy focused on, instead of being focused on solutions, we're focused on the repercussions of things that isn't the actual big problem. We're focused on everything else other than the problem. Yes, too much individual mentality. I'm going to tell you about some BS, right? Okay. A while back when I was younger, me and my brother, we lived together. So he's not a bad guy. I'm not trying to bash him. He's not a bad guy. But I want to just say this. He's not a bad guy. He's actually a really good guy. I grew up most of my life looking up to him, to keep it a buck. Most of my life I grew up looking up to him. I wouldn't have never started rapping if not for him. I don't think I'd be half as intelligent as I am if not for him. He played a really big part in my life. Now, with that said, let me tell you what happened. So we lived together. But my brother is the type of individual that he likes to say that somebody else is being selfish because they're not giving him what he wants. You understand? So we had a situation where there was, I'm the type of person like this. I go shopping, I just buy food. All right? I just buy food. When I cook enough for everybody. Like, that's just me. I don't even know how to cook small portions. Like, when I cook, 3-4 people can eat easy. I don't know how to cook like portions for one person. But the way he is he likes buying individual shit just for himself. So we had a situation where we ran out of a certain condiment or whatever the case was. And he like blew his top because basically I didn't buy the condiment. But my dude, like every weekend I cook big. I cook big. You understand what I'm saying? Like almost every weekend I cook big. You don't even got to spend money on the weekends to eat. You understand what I'm saying? On top of that, I keep the house with food, and you've never asked me for something and I've said no. You understand what I'm saying? This is the mentality that we have in our community. I want, but we don't want to give anything. We don't want to relinquish anything. We want to hold on to everything. You can't hold on to everything. Everything we got to give and receive. We have to be more proactive with our generosity. You know, and not just generosity towards physical things that we could put our hands on, but generosity towards being nice towards one another. Like, you don't always got to wait for the other person to be polite first. Like, sometimes just be polite. Maybe they is douchebag. Let them be a douchebag. That don't mean don't be polite. That just means keep it moving. That's it. But we don't think like that. That's not what's on our minds often. It's like, oh man, this person's a douchebag. I'm going to be a douchebag back. I ain't got no time for that. I'm gonna let you know right now. Once I see somebody's a douchebag, I'm gonna be like, okay, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. Like, but that's because I got other things to think about. I'm pretty sure everybody got other things to think about. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my whole point is this. They try to change the narrative. I don't love black people. I don't love Puerto Rican people. I don't love white people. I don't love Venezuelan people. I don't know why I always say Venezuelan. I think I just like the V, like the way it sounds. I just love people in general. And the people that I don't like is just the type of people I don't like. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with ethnicity. It has nothing to do with gender. It has entirely to do with personality. Period. I don't got time to run around. First of all, for anybody that's trying to say, and this is the thing that kills me, for the people that's these real big Bible readers, and y'all like to say whatever y'all like saying about the Bible, and then one of the things y'all like bringing up in the Bible is there's Gentiles and then there's Jews and all of this other stuff. Just so we can point out, I want every person that has a Bible, go look at Galatians. The entirety of Galatians is about giving the word to the Gentiles. Also, go look at Romans chapter 1 and I believe Romans chapter 3. The Romans chapter 1 and Romans chapter 3 basically speaks about no matter who you are, if you're doing the word of the, and also Timothy, no matter who you are, if you're doing the word of the Most High, then that means that you're accepted, and we have to, and everybody has to treat you like you are. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and acting appropriately, it doesn't matter what your ethnicity is. It doesn't matter what racial background is. None of this matters if you're following the word of the Lord. Yeah, but the point in which I'm making is, the whole entire point in which I'm making is, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference what ethnicity you are. We all should be treating each other with a certain love and respect. That's it. How you doing today? Okay. I'm here every 9:30. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, like no matter what ethnicity you are, she was just Asian, and I'm telling you right now, she has some thick legs. What was I talking about? So, yeah, no matter what ethnicity you are, none of that matters. As long as we're all treating each other with a certain level of respect, that's it. It don't matter if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Venezuelan, Honduran, Mexican, if you're from Europe, none of that matters. We're just supposed to treat everybody with a certain level of respect, period. None of that matters. We're just so caught up in this person is that color, and that person is this color, and this person is light skin, that person is dark skin, all types of crazy bullshit that don't make no difference. If everybody treat everybody like they want to be treated, half of the problems that we have wouldn't exist. But everybody thinks everybody is out to get them. Everybody thinks that this other person really means harm to them. It's some kind of trick. I know they're trying to trick me. This is what people were thinking. Nobody's thinking, maybe you're a little paranoid. Maybe you're a little paranoid. Maybe you've done enough in your life that makes you think that others are about what you're about. And maybe that's not the case. Some people like me just trying to get through life and enjoy the time that I can enjoy, because I know that there's going to be times that I can't enjoy. Now, with that being said, I got to go. Look, I love y'all. Seriously, when I say that, I'm so serious. Like, you don't understand right now. Our community is very, very small. I know I'm running quite a few different people away because I'm always preaching love one another. People don't want to hear that. People want to hear they're right. Yeah, how you doing, Majaya? Did I say that right? I'm gonna try, baby girl. But people spend so much time wanting to be right. People spend so much time thinking about everything else other than okay. You know what? Tonight I'm gonna try to have a call-in. I would love if a couple of y'all would send me on. Hey, what's up, Blue? How you doing today? Okay. I would love if a couple of y'all would send me your numbers in my email, and what I'll do is if I do have the call-in show, I want to have a little call-in show tonight. And if I do have the call-in show, I want to be able to call a couple of y'all and ask y'all opinions on different matters. That's if anybody wants to do it. It'll depend, one, on how many likes this video get. If this video gets, I set the bar low. If this video gets 20 likes by the end of the day, by 8 o'clock, if this video gets 20 likes by 8 o'clock, then I'm gonna do a call-in show tonight. And then we'll see. I want to hear some of y'all. I want to get some of y'all opinions on things. I want to know what y'all think about a couple of, different situations and everything. And I'm gonna do a call-in show tonight if I can get 20 likes on this video. It doesn't have to be political. It could be about whatever. So how we're gonna do this is, in the comment section, whatever topic gets the most gets the most comments for it, that's how we'll decide which topics we'll discuss. So we're gonna discuss 3 topics. So whichever 3 topics get the most comments in the comment section, then those are the topics that we're gonna approach. And also, gotta get 20 likes. Gotta get a minimum of 20 likes on the video, and we're gonna have a call-in session tonight. So I gotta get to work. Everybody, I love y'all. Please keep each other safe. It's a hard world out here, and there's lots of people that they don't have no heart. Yes, and also be productive, and being productive is important. Put it in the comment section. I don't care what it is. I'm ready to talk about whatever y'all ready to talk about. And I need it to be as early as possible, because so I could do a little bit of research just in case it's something I haven't covered yet. So I love y'all. Everybody keep each other safe. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. Chatty. Oh, I missed you. Excellent. I love when your picture pop up. I'm out.